Hello, Gemini. Welcome to Spicy Sunflower Tarot and welcome to your July monthly reading. I'm going to go ahead and jump right into your reading with oracle cards. These are the Mystic Manifesting Oracle cards. And we're just going to jump in and grab one message. Look at that. That was ready to come for you. The only card in the deck turned that way. It says blessed growth. Stay firmly rooted in your intentions and reach for the sky. A possible affirmation for you for the month of July could be, I nurture my dreams. Gemini, this beautiful full moon, this beautiful tree, blessed growth. I hope you're experiencing that in the month of July, that's what you can foresee as your expected outcome. And let's jump into the Tarot of Secrets. This is quite a large deck. I'm just going to do some shuffling through, just asking, that is way too many, for the perfect cards to come out for you, Gemini. Just holding, a general overview image in your mind, trusting your intuition, your higher self, as you are just waiting for these cards to come out. We're going to trust that everything is in divine order for your highest and best good. And this is the Celtic cross spread that we're going to put down, and I'm going to lay everything out and then we're going to circle back and we're going to talk. Feels ready. All right, so Gemini, just keep holding on to, let me make sure there was not more than one there. Holding on to your thoughts and your prayers. And I'm just laying everything out for you. All right, we're ending with your card, the Lover's card. At the bottom of the deck is the Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords as your energy. This is air energy. And this is just really a boiled down message of overthinking. The month of July could have you with too many things on your mind. All these swords are your thoughts. It's your cerebral mind. I know, Gemini, you are a communications master. Your ability to take in information, process information, go over things, ideas, concepts, you're a master at that. And I can see why, let me just say it like this. I can see why to a non-Gemini, a non-air sign, this would be maybe tragic to just be, I know for me, to be up in my head like this, not a good thing. But for you, these don't all have to be bad things running through your mind. It feels like this is kind of status quo for you, to just always have thoughts and ideas and conceptualizations and things that you're looking into or looking over. So anyway, bottom of the deck, just a kind of an overview. It's like a preview. You're going to be actively thinking, overthinking possibly, but it's analyzation. Sometimes it's paralysis after a great deal of analysis. But keep in mind, your propensity in the month of July to overthink is going to be probably high, okay? I'm going to keep this turned over. I just want to make sure I have all the cards in the screen here for us. So yeah, it looks really good. Thank you for that quick second. Your recent past, what brought you into the month of July is the Knight of Vases. The Knight of Vases is the Knight of Cups. This is a watery energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy. It's movement towards romance, feelings, emotions. Someone has moved towards you in that arena, or you've been moving towards someone in that arena, or just a place of your life where you feel called to be emotional. You feel led, like you know how they say you can't lead a horse to water, or you can't make him drink. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. That's what's coming up here. So you can lead Gemini to an emotional place, but you can't make them feel their feelings. So you're being moved towards emotions, but you might not feel them like everybody else does, and that's okay. It's just the fact that you do. So it's the fact that you are an air sign, you are predominantly in your mind, in your head, but something in the previous past few months has led you to an emotional place where it feels like you're willing to go into your emotions maybe a little bit more than you ever have before. So this is recent past for you. Your current position, current energy, 10 of coins. This is actually phenomenal because the 10 of coins is the culmination of hard work, effort, all of the blood, sweat, and tears that you've put into your profession, your job, your family. This really does have to do with legacy energy. So you could currently be the recipient of some sort of legacy, like a trust fund, or you're getting some bonuses at work, or you're being rewarded. The 10 of coins is, it's sometimes passed down money, it's old money, it's an inheritance, something along those lines. Or you've been playing the stock market and you've actually started coming out on top. But this is your current energy. Your current energy is you feeling very secure, very healthy. What's your challenge? The 2 of coins. So it's more coins, it's more pentacles, but it is the 2, which indicates a state of imbalance, a state of juggling, a state of we've got priorities that we're trying to juggle and wrestle with. And the way it's showing up is there's two priorities that are competing for your attention and for priority in your life. Because this is showing up in the challenge department, it makes it feel to me like you have these 2 areas of your life that you have prioritized. So there's work and there's family, and it feels like you've dialed it in just right. It seems to me like that is the way July is going to feel. On your mind is the 8 of Swords. Well, you already had the 9, and the 9 of Swords is just, excuse me, analysis paralysis, where the 8 of Swords, it's a self-imprisonment of your own doing in your mind. Excuse me, I had a tickle. The 8 of Swords is a little bit different than the 9 because the 8 is like the arrival into, oh crap, I'm stuck in my brain. I feel like I'm locked in a prison, but it's of your own doing because you're thinking those thoughts. Nobody's making you think those things. You're just thinking them. And it's on your mind is being on your mind. You have that constantly going in the back of your mind, thinking about being in your head all the time. It seems like a double whammy. There should be like a double jeopardy clause or something, like you shouldn't be able to be thinking about thinking all the time. Do you know what I mean? But it's on your mind. And this really is, for me, it's a little bit of a challenge to even share this with you because I'm sure you already know. I'm sure you already, maybe you've grown up like that, or this is how you've spent your whole life, is being in your head, and you already know that. So it's not like this tarot reading is going to shine light on anything you don't already know. But there it is. Down in the bottom, what you may not be aware of, more swords, more thoughts. But this time, down in the bottom, what you may not be showing everybody is your desire to just want peace, to want to sail away from the chaos in your boat to a place where there's calm, serenity, and peace. All these swords in this energy of the 6 represent turmoil, chaos, stress, confusion, and you just want to sail away from that. So a lot of times in the traditional tarot cards, you'll see not only just the person that's getting the reading, but maybe their family members too. Excuse me. You just want to sail away to calmer waters. Your future, potentially near future, the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups, Ace of Vases, is something new opening up for you in your heart, in your love life, in your, this could be self-love. It's the number one, it's an ace. So it could be for the first time in Gemini's life, they're learning how to love themselves and prioritize number one and make themselves the priority first and foremost. You know, the getting on the airplane, they give you all the instructions about make sure if there's an accident, if there's a crash, you have to get the oxygen, put it on yourself first before you can put oxygen on other people. You've got to be oxygenated. That's what this is really striking me as, is you absolutely have a zillion things on your mind. It seems like you're going a million miles an hour. Maybe it's trying to deal with all this family heirloom, inheritance, legacy stuff. You just want peace, and your rescue mission for yourself is self-love and learning how to put yourself first. And that's not selfish. That's not a bad thing. That's actually very healthy and good. So that is your near future. And if it's not you doing that for yourself, it's someone, maybe a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, showing up and putting you first and showing you love. In your external environment, it is work. 8 of Coins. There is a lot of work to be done. There's a lot of work on the table. There is a lot of energy. What it feels here in this 8 of Coins, 8 of Pentacles, is everybody roll up your sleeves. Everybody get your hands in there. This is not like a one-man show. Everybody needs to pitch in. So in your external environment, there is a demand of your time, effort, money, attention, all of it. There's a big expectation on you, and maybe that's why you're so consolidated with thinking, is because it feels like there's a huge demand on you. If this is not like your job, then it is your family, it is your extended family, it is your spouse's family, but they're calling on you and they're demanding things of you and they're expecting you to deliver. So interesting that you have this Ace of Cups here, because maybe this Ace of Cups and the 6 of Swords, you need to show yourself some love and take time out from all of the heavy demands around you. Your internal energy is the 5 of Swords, more swords. So the 5 is conflict. The 5 is challenge, is confrontation, is arguing, bickering, debating, going back and forth with people. In your internal energy, Gemini, you're not at peace. That's why under the surface, you're seeking it so badly, because in your internal energy, where you're really out there living your life in the month of July, you're seeking peace because you don't have it. There is people all over the place. And I mean, I can see you have the 9 of Swords and the 8 of Swords. Those are probably the 2 most challenging, besides the 10 of Swords, that, you know, and this is all air energy. This is communications. This is written, texting, phone calls, in person, people challenging you, people toe to toe with you, people pointing at your chest and to asking, why didn't you? And did you say that? And why did you do that? And it is a lot. It's a lot. I can see why you would want to 6 of Swords over here. Now your hope and your fear. It's the Tower. And that does not surprise me based on everything here, because the Tower is a surprise, a knocking down of old beliefs. It is out of nowhere. It's unexpected. It is like we thought we had everything solid and true and together, but turns out we do not. And it's unexpected. What I think is interesting is it's showing up in your hopes and your fears. Simultaneously, we can hope that God, with all of this challenge and things on my mind and my job being so demanding and people coming after my time and my efforts and my energies, I hope that everything, just crumbles to the ground, and that way nobody can be demanding of me anymore. But I also fear that. I fear that everything will just come crumbling down and everything I've been working for will have no merit, no value whatsoever. So it's a little bit of a double-edged sword, speaking of swords, that we could want everything to just stop because it's too much. But then if it stops, then what? What are we working for? What do we have? Is my family going to make it? Is my extended family going to be okay? And all the worry and concern that you have on your mind. So the Tower energy is major arcana attributed to the sign of Aries. And so Mars energy is just, surprising, shocking, just gonna blow everything up. And that could be a hope and a fear. Your final outcome is another major arcana, and this is representing or attributed to the sign of Gemini, your energy. So the Lovers there's a sacred choice on the table. There is a soulmate union on the table. That's interesting because you started in the recent past with that Knight of Vases, the Knight of Cups, moving towards romantic opening of your heart energy. In your near future, there's going to be this Ace of Cups, this brand new love for yourself or for someone else. And then your final outcome for the month of July is a sacred choice is on the table for a lover, for a soulmate, for a life decision, a major life decision, because this is a major arcana. In the major arcana means big secret. So something universally big in your life, Gemini, in the month of July is getting ready to happen. And you're going to have this sacred choice to make a big decision. I'm going to use the Witch's Tarot to bring over an extra layer here for you. So let me shuffle these up a little bit, and let's find out if we get some clarification, or we get maybe a new message, or we get some confirmation of what we already have read for the sign of Gemini. Four of Pentacles, King of Wands, and the Sun. So are you dealing with a Leo in any way, shape, or form? There is heavy Leo energy here, and that's different than anything we've seen in the first part of your spread. This is showing that you are really trying to process it's almost like you have eggs in this basket, and you're having all these demands on you, and you're just trying to process, is everyone going to take everything from me? I feel like I've just been giving and giving and giving. The Four of Pentacles is actually confirmation that you're actually not willing to give anymore. You're actually sitting there holding your cards very close to your chest right now. You're not willing to open up anymore. It feels like I have all these sayings for your reading tonight, Gemini. You can't get blood from a turnip. Such an old wives thing to say, but you cannot get, no matter how much you beat that thing, you're not going to get any blood out of it. It's given up everything it has to give up. I really think that you are feeling a little stressed, and a little bit extended farther than your comfort zone. And therefore, it seems like this is you sitting there on the front porch. No, I'm not giving anyone anything else. I'm done. I'm done for right now anyway. No. But there is this really arrogant, demanding, I'm just getting arrogant. It's Leo. It's King of Wands and it's the sun. That's Leo energy. That is somebody that is larger than life. They're ruled by the sun. They're good looking. They're charming. They have a way with words. They can convince a group to do anything that they want them to. This Leo person can just, convince everybody that, they've got fins and they should get in the ocean and swim. And you're just feeling like you're not going along with it. You're not interested in buying into whatever this Leo is trying to sell everybody. Somebody is really like larger than life and just trying to take complete control. Leo is a fixed fire. So they want everything to go their way. They could be very stubborn. They could be very influential. And because they're such smooth talkers and everybody wants to believe everything they're trying to sell, everybody else could be going that direction. But you, Gemini, are seriously, it reminds me of, even like, I'm not calling you immature or a small child, but the energy of like, no, I'm not going and I'm not doing it. No, you're standing your ground. Very interesting. I would love to hear how this reading lands for you, Gemini. This is your reading, and I'm going to be posting this on YouTube and TikTok. And your likes and your follows, your subscribes and your shares are very appreciated. Thank you for all your comments, and hope that you have a blessed and wonderful month. Thank you.